Okay guys, so Yeezy brand just made the next version of their most popular shoe. So we need to find out if they're actually better than the $60 original. Because get this, the new pair is almost double the price of the original pair at $110. But before we can find out, we've got to go get them.
I shipped the shoes to Dylan's house because I'm in the process of moving. But luckily, he's practically my neighbor now in my new house. 30-second walk to retrieve the goods. Here he is.
Got my package for me, son? I got your package. What we got today?
Close this door. Well, should we find out? Here they are. He doesn't actually know what's in here.
Should I guess as I go along?
I don't even know if you know that these shoes exist.
Really?
US exclusive as well.
You paid top dollar?
Top dollar.
Oh.
Okay.
Is that normal? Oh, what?
I didn't even know that they said that on the box.
Foam runners? Yeezy 450 slide. Damn, you've never seen these.
I've never seen that.
Colorway are we looking at? Jeez.
It looks wild. Damn, it's actually the same foam as the regular slides, or at least it feels like it. I thought these were gonna be a lot harder. Shit, these look big. I'm gonna size up. Damn, they are a bit big. Oh, you know what? I'm actually so surprised that these are regular slide foam.
It's weird to see your full foot.
They're comfy though.
Let me chuck them on. They're massive.
Out of 10 so far, just initial thoughts, straight up.
If I was
straight
to
off the dome.
If I was to wear them, I'm giving a solid like 5.
5.
I wouldn't wear them out, especially in that colorway.
6.5, maybe a 7. Let's go and finish reviewing these things.
This is the Yeezy 450 slide in the cream colorway. And to my knowledge, this is the only colorway that exists and probably will ever exist. Although I do believe like 3 years ago, we started seeing a white colorway circulating the internet, but I don't even know if those things are real. These dropped on August the 4th, exclusively in the US, sadly for $110, which is actually super unexpected for this pair of slides. Like when you get them in hand, it really doesn't feel like double the value in terms of materials than the original pair. I mean, these are literally made entirely of foam, which actually to my surprise, it's the exact same foam that you find in the regular slides. I mean, this is honestly a pair of Yeezys that I never thought would ever release. Like these were first seen all the way back in 2020. Kanye's ex-wife was wearing them, which got a lot of people interested in this pair of shoes. And you can actually see the production date on the label of this pair of shoes. These were made back in 2020. So even though the Yeezy collaboration technically ended in 2022, these were sat around for an entire 2 years. So it really gets me wondering why. Is this a pair of shoes that Kanye didn't want them to actually release, and now that Kanye's not in the picture, they just went ahead and released it? I think that's something that we'll probably never know. Here we are. They've released, and now we have this crazy mix between a Yeezy 450 sneaker and a Yeezy slide. So first of all, I gotta say that I really like the box that these things come in. It's nothing different, but it really falls in line with the rest of the shoe. And it says foam on the top instead of 450 or slide like the Yeezy slides. I kind of feel like the foam runners should have come in a box like this, but instead they have a weird lid opening inverted style box. Now, when the price tag of this pair of slides was actually revealed, I assumed these things were going to be a lot more complex. I thought that these were going to be a two-piece construction, very similar to the Yeezy 450 sneaker, where they have an outsole glued to the bottom. However, these do not have an outsole. They just have the same Yeezy 450 traction pattern pressed into the material. Now, of course, the Yeezy 450 DNA is definitely one of the most apparent things about this pair of slides because it still has that very skeleton look. Unlike the Yeezy 450 sneaker, where the Fang style midsole moves up and attaches to the fabric on the upper of the shoe, this Fang style midsole extends onto the upper and just creates a very organic looking cage, which coupled with this very soft and squishy material feels very, very soft as a cage, which actually feels quite nice on foot. It also feels like I could tear this apart very, very easily. Now, the footbed on these is super smooth, very similar to the Yeezy slide. These have an ergonomic shape, so there is a little bit of arch support. You also get the sizing and made in China text printed onto this footbed as well. Now listen guys, it is one thing looking at this pair of shoes, but it is a whole nother thing actually putting your foot inside. I guess my mind was so focused on the wild design of this pair of shoes that I never really stopped to think that this is one of the only slides in the world that you can visibly see the entire length of your foot. When I initially put these things on, I was like, damn, that's gonna take some getting used to. So if you do or did end up grabbing these things, just be prepared for them to feel pretty different. Now, comfort-wise on these things is actually top-notch. In fact, for some people, I feel like these are going to be more comfortable than the original Yeezy Slide, which is saying something because currently that is the most comfortable thing that I've ever put on my foot. So for starters, I think they actually got the sizing right on this pair of slides, because if you didn't know, the Yeezy Slides are notorious for being incredibly inconsistent and also running small in terms of sizing. In fact, I typically size up when it comes to the Yeezy Slide, so of course I assumed I would have to do the same thing with these. When I bought these, I went a full size up, so what you're looking at is a UK size 9, my true size is a UK 8. But these are definitely bigger. So because of that, while I was wearing these things, they definitely didn't feel as secure to your foot as the regular Yeezy Slides, because that strap over the top is not as tight. But for the people who really didn't like the original Yeezy Slides for how tight that strap was over the top of the shoe, well, these are definitely going to feel a lot more comfortable on your feet. So if you're looking at buying a pair of these things, overall, I would recommend staying with your true size. I think that's going to fit the best. So even though this is yet another extremely wild Yeezy sneaker design, these may end up having the Yeezy effect, which, as we know, the Yeezy effect has happened multiple times, where Yeezy brand will release some crazy new design, everybody will be super apprehensive about it and potentially say that they hate that sneaker, but then in a few years time it becomes like one of the most popular. That's what happened with the original Yeezy Slide, the Wave Runners, the Yeezy Foam Runners, the list goes on. Overall, I think this is a really cool pair of slides. They're incredibly comfortable, they're probably one of the wildest looking slides that you can buy. They are definitely overpriced, but hey, if you were looking for a shoe design that was a little bit more on the wild side, these things definitely fill that void. But of course, let me know down in the comment section, what do you think of the Yeezy 450 Slide? Would you wear it, and would you pay $110 for it? Either way, guys, it's definitely nice and exciting to see a brand new Yeezy model. It's something that we haven't seen in a very long time. And also, there is a lot more coming in the pipeline. If you guys didn't know, it's currently Yeezy month. Adidas and a bunch of different retailers are all dropping Yeezys. So if you want to know all of the Yeezys that might drop this month in August, check out that video over there.